Welcome back.
What up?
We back. We're doing a little boxing today.
Well, yeah, man, we in the gym. We're trying to get it in.
Do a little boxing, talk a little about basketball. We got a lot of things to talk.
Hey,
A lot of shit has happened
in a short amount of time.
since we last did this thing.
One of the greatest, transactions, not for the right reasons, mind you, but one of the greatest transactions.
Yeah. All right. So we playing Undisputed today. Came out end of the month.
Literally January 31st.
Yep. First boxing game we've gotten in quite a long time.
13 years.
Yeah. So we gonna give it a try. Darius has played a little bit, so he's probably gonna whoop my ass for the first couple games. But we gonna get it.
Yeah, see, I like that. I like that energy, man. Right. Honestly, I think you'll be surprised how familiar it feels, and then also when you start to get into some of the deeper
quick fight.
Yeah. Go a local quick fight. I might be. Well, yeah, you each of the boxes, they're very different. Oh yeah, we pick sides, so I want to do it. We got a lot of different weight classes. So first and foremost, what we want to start with.
It don't matter. You can choose it, and I'll pick something.
Okay. Yeah, let's do middleweight. This has got the most people. So it gives you.
Why is that?
Why does it have the most people? Because the most people signed up for their likeness to be in the game. Yeah, it's just a coincidence.
We're gonna try and pick people similar.
We can do similar ratings. That's fine. I like most of these wrestlers, most of these fighters anyway. So I'm cool with most people in here.
I'm gonna pick this guy.
You wanna pick that? All right, I'll go Kell Brook then. Probably the only time I'll pick Kell Brook would be in this situation.
All right, so what are the buttons?
X is jab or left punch. Y is right straight. A is left hook. B is right hook. And then YB is right uppercut. X and A is left uppercut. Or you can use the stick. I don't know if you want to use the stick.
I think I want to use it. Okay.
All right.
We ain't no casuals. They were casuals.
Yeah.
Let's say, but I was just
I think the thing that's different than this game than Fight Night, at least in my initial experience, is that it is easier to have a full 12-round boxing match in this game than it was in Fight Night. Like Fight Night, your dudes are going to get tired. They're not going to recover as much. In this, it kind of puts it on the fact that, boxing matches more often than not at the highest level usually go further into the fight. It might not go, 12, but you'll go 9, 10 in here easier than you would go 6 or 7 in Fight Night.
Gotcha. How do I block?
All right, so right trigger is the block, but also to block your body, it's the left bumper. Left bumper does your body modifier. So if you want to throw a body shot, left bumper. If you want to block your body, left bumper.
What does left trigger do?
Lean. You're dodge and sway. But you could also do quick dodges by doing a direction and pressing L3. So you could do a quick duck, or you can just duck down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, you want to play with it. You want to kind of play with it. And then right bumper is your strength, hard punch modifier.
My haymaker.
Yeah. Now, I know you probably don't know who these two boxers are.
Hell no.
All right, but I do. I know both of these gentlemen, and your guy is more of a grittier slugger. He wants to get inside, he wants to make it dirty, and my guy's more of he can box, but he's really he's a straight jab, keep you at distance type of guy, like a standard boxer, and you got more of a puncher. So then you got your stamina. And punches work differently if you press different directions when you throw them too.
I didn't push that last one.
Yeah, it goes. And then if you counter, it flashes. Yeah.
I'm fucking you up, boy.
You ready?
I just took that.
Yeah, sometimes and if you in certain positions, you throw awkwardly.
Okay. Golly, I'm just taking them.
Yeah, you was. Body shots will get you later, though.
All right. Now we started. I'm getting the kind of hang of it. So let's talk a little bit basketball. Big thing happened this weekend. We are recording on a Monday. Was it February 6th? And one of the biggest trades of the year has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie is going to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, as of this, it actually finished because at first they did it, but then it wasn't official. And then as of today, it's completed. It's a thing. It is what it is. And Kyrie is now a Dallas Maverick, which is a very weird thing to think about based on, like just
ice down.
Yeah, you getting some swelling taken down on you and stuff. But the thing about that trade that's weird is, one, it completely changes the Nets' whole season, right? Like their season it's going to be hard to see them kind of do anything significant unless they get some help fast or people step up, which
Cam Newton, man. Last 2 games.
Cam Thomas?
Oh, yeah, Cam Thomas. Why did I say Cam Newton?
Yes.
That's a football player. Oh, my God.
Cam Newton killing out here.
Cam Thomas is
scored 44 in a win
tonight.
And 47 in the loss. Somebody's got to be the guy. And, I mean, KD's hurt, so it really hurts them because they were doing well previously to the injury, and now they're like in complete. Like, what do you do now?
I know you turn from a championship contention team to I hope we make the playoffs.
Yeah, like they're really going to be hoping.
Now, I still think they make playoffs unless they deal KD away, which is a possibility.
Yeah. Like, just looking at that, do you deal KD at this point?
It really feels like maybe they're trying to rebuild because they try to make a trade with the Lakers. They try to get Max Christie and Austin Reeves, which is
that what they asked for?
Yeah. That's why that trade didn't go through.
Gotcha.
They were going to get Westbrook and they were going to get them too.
Oh yeah, because they had to get the salaries. Because Westbrook is a salary trade in a lot of cases. Ooh, my goodness! Ooh, stunned me. So yeah, like do you just say this is over with for now?
For Brooklyn?
Yeah.
You know what? If they're gonna have somebody like Cam Thomas step up like that, if he can keep it consistent, I think there'll be a problem in the playoffs. I don't know if they're championship contention. And that's of course if they keep KD as well.
Exactly. All right, I see you trying to throw that hard uppercut at me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he stuck him. He stuck him good. Yeah, I mean it's that decision alone of do we keep going, do we stop? That's hard enough to like make. But to your point, if you feel like you can get other people to step up to that degree, sure.
I mean, they added more defense. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but they improved their defense with Dinwiddie and Finney Smith.
Like, I understand the logic behind those players, especially Finney Smith, because, you just need more people who are willing to get down and do things that aren't necessarily flashy, but are really important for winning, right? Like, you got to do it. No. You don't do all of that. So yeah, like those are trying to make sure that your team is competent in all areas type of moves, right? That's great. But the offensive production is going to be bad. Like there's no denying that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said, unless maybe this is a point for Claxton to start shining. I don't know. It really depends on how they respond to it.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, you can make a call to action, but people got to step up to it in order for it to be, effective. We both try to take each other.
If I would have caught that one.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, but it's hard to ask. It's good to see a player step up like that, but it's hard for them to become,
That guy.
yeah. Even if you don't have to be 100% the guy, because if KD's healthy, obviously,
Right.
even when Kyrie was healthy, KD's the guy. But
Maybe it gives KD a little hope. Like maybe there's somebody I can lean on,
true.
somebody I can dish out to, and we'll put up some points.
But let's say you do decide it's time to break it up. What do you look for? Is it just picks? Do you try to get anybody?
I think you get picks and young guys.
Picks and young guys? Okay. That's the thing, too, is like young guys are starting to get valued a lot in the NBA.
Yeah. That was a good dodge.
Yeah, I was trying. I used the last of my stamina to try to get that one off before the round was over. But yeah, I mean, that's the only buildable option. I know a lot of teams try to do that fake rebuild where they basically just get like more good players and just like, oh yeah, we rebuild. We got like 3 potential all-star players. But I want to say you play it out. Like I really do.
With KD?
Yeah. You try to play it
You
out.
don't think you get rid of him?
No, honestly, I don't. Not at least like he's locked in for I think 4 years. So
4 years?
Yeah.
4 more years?
yeah. He
okay.
had just signed an extension last year that kicked in this year. So yeah, I think you try to do it. I think, well, honestly, do you ask him? Like, do you want to be
Probably
here?
have that conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So if he says he wants to make it, ooh, do you say, all right, that's all we need? We just need to buy in, or do you go, oh, stun him? Because if he says he wants to go in, like, do you start looking for other trades then, or what is that? Do you feel like you got enough right there?
Oh, like
If he says
someone to accompany KD's?
yeah. Like if he come, like you had a conversation, like, what are you thinking you want to do? And he's like, nah, I'm in it for the long haul. It's like, all right, so do we try to make trades, or do we feel like this is enough?
What are you trading for at this point? What do you have left to give up? You gave away your big chip already.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think.
And I feel like they kind of did that deal.
Oh, it was a
Impulse
Kyrie.
deal.
Yeah, no, it was a. Well, part of it was so Kyrie allegedly wanted to go to the Lakers, and Joe Tsai said, "We're not sending him to the Lakers no matter what we do."
Well, they also wanted their 2 young guys.
Yeah,
And Lakers were like, no, these are untouchables. Which, that's a first for them.
yeah,
They've been sending off a lot of young dudes out in the last couple of years since LeBron's been there, at least.
You gonna take my head off one of them punches?
I'm trying.
Taking them well, but yeah. All right, so then next steps for them is like you got to run it the way it is, the way the team is built. What do you think that they have right now with their roster? Healthy KD, let's say Cam Thomas becomes at least a consistent 18 points a game.
I don't even know where that motherfucker plays. Does he play point guard or shooting guard? Is he a guard or is he a forward?
I was under the assumption that he was a forward.
I had no idea who he was.
No, I still believe he's a 4, like a big 3 small forward type of dude, like athletic.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you put KD at the 4, Claxton at the 5, him, Dinwiddie, and
Like I gotta watch him so I can see what offense they actually run around him.
Royce O'Neal is your point?
Is Royce O'Neal?
No.
It's gonna be Patty Mills. It's probably gonna be Patty Mills, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Because Seth Curry's out, so
Yeah, he's hurt. The Curry brothers are hurt.
Oh, or is it Ben? Well, Ben Simmons is out right now too.
Ben Simmons, yeah.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, he'll
Yeah.
start.
So yeah, let's say everybody's healthy right now based on the roster in his current form.
So you give Ben Simmons the ball, and maybe he returns to his form, maybe not.
I mean, he has to realize that he has to be better. Like, there's no way we're gonna be able
Without
to make
Kyrie. We can't make it on just your defense now. We need you to run the offense a little bit.
Yeah. And again,
he doesn't have to score.
No, bro, it's the aggressiveness.
Yeah, we need him to let people open people up by being aggressive.
Exactly. Like, we want to see it. We've seen it. Because it's not like he was shooting in Philly. He really wasn't. He was just aggressive, with
driving.
Yeah, it's like people got to feel like you might drive on him, and there shouldn't be anything that makes him think he can't dunk on dudes still. Stop playing chess with me. Like, I seen it. I peeped it.
Get out of that one.
I didn't either. Ooh.
Give it to
Stalled me. I'm hurt. But yeah, so I mean, if all right, let's say that everybody's playing at the level we need them to, right? What does this team look like?
So you have Ben at the 1. I guess Dinwiddie at the 2.
Yeah, Dinwiddie's gonna be at the 2.
Cam at the 3.
Yep.
KD at the 4. And Claxton at the 5.
And like, what do you really realistically, what do you see their like potential for that team?
Honestly, it depends on Ben.
So if Ben is playing, let's say he's at a
75% of Philly.
Let's say stat wise, he's around 13 points, 8 assists, 8 rebounds. You think that's enough to get them through the East?
Through the East, maybe the East Finals, but I don't know if they get through Boston.
Yeah,
Boston is going to be tough.
Like Boston and Milwaukee, especially if Milwaukee's healthy. But yeah. So do we think like there's no more championship aspirations this season just based on their current structure?
You know, I don't want to say that because you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, other teams get injured.
You have KD. I mean, you have a factor, an X factor.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, he was tagging
We
me.
just trading blows.
From such a weird angle, too. It's like... Because I honestly don't think they can make it through the East now. Like, I just think...
I think it's going to be tough.
You need people to step up in a way that they don't think that they can step up. Are you going to fight it out?
I probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
How do I
All
get
right.
up?
So you got to use the left and right trigger, and you got to line it up in those bars. Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8.
There you go. I lost the first time I had to do that.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, I was slumped. I was slumped. I really think that it's it. Like it's really there's nothing.
It's over.
Yeah, I think it's just too. It's gonna be too much. Like you're gonna have to start banking on people just not being as good as they were or not being able to. Like you're asking a lot out of KD, for example. Like you wanted him to put like an all-time performance, kind of like when Giannis won, where they just eventually just needed so much from him. He was able to rise to it, but I don't know if asking KD to do that all the time is going to be possible.
Yeah.
And then asking for those other people to step up in ways that some people their peaks are just not as high as other players, and there's nothing wrong with it. But it's like the reality of it is going to be real bad. Yeah, you got me. So let's say they try to trade. So if you say that you want young players and picks, who do they go after? Yeah, exactly.
Because you're not going to be able to get like a Bankero or anybody.
No, and even like that, they don't make those that easy, and even then, that's not going to be able to make up for what you're going to ultimately be giving up. Because like the picks is like you're not getting Victor, you're probably not even getting Scoop.
You're still like top 5 in the East right now.
Yeah. And who are you going to trade with? Who's potentially going to get a high pick? A high pick like that. I don't think you're getting picks from like Orlando or Houston, you know. And the Laker picks, like trading with them, you can only get.
You're gonna get picks for 5 years down the road.
Exactly.
Oh, whoops! I hit the right stick.
Oh. I mean, it technically responds better. It's just harder for me to use consistently. And you can feint with it a little bit better. Yeah, you walked into that one. But yeah, so I mean, the all right. So let me ask you this then: what do you rate this version of the Nets? Like was this a failure? Because some people say like this is like one of the worst failures in the NBA franchise over the past like decade, and I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, obviously it wasn't successful. Like I'm not gonna act like it was this like success of a run.
I mean, they didn't get to play together.
And whose fault is that?
Mostly Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like I would say 90% Kyrie.
Yeah.
I would even venture to say 100% because KD. The only issue you really had out of KD was in the offseason.
When he asked for the trade,
right?
And you didn't do it.
And then he backed out against it. He's like, he said like they had a meeting or something.
Yeah, they had the meeting and he was on board and
yeah.
I mean he showed up every game he was healthy for. He's been out there. He's clearly put the team on his back in multiple situations. Yeah, I walked right into that. Do the same. It was like a movie.
Double knockout.
I wish. All right. Let me reassess for a second. Oh, that was a cold punch. How you threw that one?
I don't know. I'm just doing shit. Don't ask me what I'm doing.
Oh. No, you didn't. You just clinched me?
I did.
We both stuck. So do you think anybody else does any more moves? Like, not even just Brooklyn?
What them Lakers doing?
All right, so we're gonna do this, or we're gonna wait till the next time to talk about
We
this.
can talk about it. This gonna be a long video.
Okay,
It's
okay.
all good.
So
next, I want to get into the All-Star stuff.
okay. Your LeBron tweeted out, I guess maybe it is me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a very look at me thing, but also like I get it. Cause it's like he's at the point where he's like, come on, man, like what do I gotta do? Ooh. Got no energy, but you attacking me.
I just said that.
Yeah, you ate like 3 or 4. Yeah, you couldn't hold that one.
Yeah, I got slumped.
Yeah. So like, what do they do? Is there somebody they can get? Is there like something they could do? Like, what do the Lakers have to give at this point?
People that don't want to give up.
I mean, can you really blame them at this point though, of not wanting to come off their young talent after everything that we've seen their talent go to other teams and do?
Yeah.
Like looking at Jordan
I
Clarkson.
don't blame them at all.
Yeah. Because at some point it's got to be enough is enough, basically. Like we got to have somebody to lean on or to potentially build behind. I'm not saying Austin Reeves is the future of the Lakers. Like let's keep it real.
No, but I think they like him as a very solid role player.
Yeah, you need people,
and he could potentially become some fucking shooting monster. And that's what they need, really, is shooters.
I think teams underestimate the value of taking a player and making them become not necessarily like a Udonis Haslem of your.
Wait, how did I win the round that I got? Did I get knocked out in the 7th or the 8th?
The
8th, right?
8th, yeah.
Oh, so I won 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Well, sort of.
I mean, honestly though, if you have rounds like I ended up having to draw one match because of something like that, where I thought I was losing based on the scorecards, and they went to it. It was like, no, one judge saw it for me, one judge saw it for the other dude, and then one judge was like, it was kind of 50-50. So. But yeah, you want to have people who are happy with your culture, right? You want to have people who like
are bought in.
Like and the best way to do that, as we've seen over many years in the league, is you draft a player, or even if you trade for a player, and when they start to show signs of being good, you don't immediately use them as trade bait.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the confidence in Max Christie and Austin Reeves went through the roof this weekend.
Of course.
Because like my franchise got my back.
They want you there. It is a business and it is about winning and things like that. But there are ways that you need to try to win that don't necessarily need to be as Moneyball cutthroat. Like basketball, more so than a lot of sports, is every sport is chemistry based, right? But basketball, You got 5 dudes out there. You have a smaller number of people out on the court to represent you during
Chemistry
the game.
needs to be a lot higher.
It has to be a lot higher, and people need to buy in. They got to buy into what they're doing because
they can. It's 20% of the people on the floor can affect you. That's a big number.
a big number. 20% is
football.
difference between
It's only like what 8%.
Yeah, that's
one
the
guy
difference.
can affect it.
Difference between winning and losing. Like in football, one person is the difference between winning and losing. You know, it's that much more severe in basketball. So you got to have people that are bought in. Like everybody's not LeBron, everybody's not Kobe, everybody's not going to score 30 points. You got to have these dudes happy with getting what they get.
Because growing up, they were that guy.
Every dude in the league was the guy until they probably got to the NBA. Even when they was in college, and you might not have been the superstar, but bro, you're going to the league. You are the best of the best. You were the 60 best players that year.
Yep.
It's hard to be like, all right, but now nothing ever revolves around you ever again.
Yep. You're going to be playing 10 minutes a game, but we need the best 10 minutes out of you.
We need you to be the best version of yourself for these 10 minutes. Otherwise, it goes
Every
down
night.
to 6.
Yeah.
The moment it's not the moment anybody else can do this better than you, you're going to get less of them.
Yep.
Like, people don't get more opportunities for being, like, mediocre. You got to be exceptional at a role-playing position. And part of that has got to be confidence. Like, you got to be mentally in the right space, and teams got to help players do it. I hate when I see teams just assemble a bunch of dudes and be like, you guys are all good, right?
Big example, Karl Malone on the Lakers. That was a terrible team put together.
Sometimes the universe does the right thing. But, yes, it also was like you had all these guys who were good or great players, which they were.
In their prime.
And it's like, but now none of these guys are the guy, and they just left teams where they absolutely were the guy.
Yeah.
Like, Karl Malone is literally...
Kobe was still in his prime. You weren't going to out Kobe.
Shaq was still Shaq enough to be like, it's a 1A, 1B conversation. You guys are clearly whatever's after that. But also, we need you to be like as good as you were when you were the man for us to win.
Yep.
And then the Pistons went and did them things to him.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I hope the Nets... I hope not even just the Nets, but I hope more teams in the league see the Nets as not necessarily what to do, but there are certain decisions you got to make if you're building a franchise to be consistently competitive. And sometimes everything that glitters is not gold. Like the Kyrie and KD signing to the Nets, we thought was going to be like the beginning of something that was going to be at least for the next, let's say, 6 years.
Yeah.
A competitive base, like no matter what, you got these two guys. And then remember when they added James Harden?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my goodness, they're making a juggernaut over there. This is going to be, if nothing else, is going to be really
could
fun.
never figure it out. And a lot of it was because of Kyrie.
I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about everything that kept him off the court that was 100% his control.
Yep.
Okay. Nobody's talking about injuries. Nobody anytime he missed a game and it said because of injuries, that's a legitimate reason to miss a game. If you're not 100%, there is a reason to not play. But everything else besides that, they were on the team for 3.5 years and played
74 games.
74 games. Like, that's not what Brooklyn signed. That wouldn't be what any person
Put that
would
in
sign.
perspective, they had a possibility of playing 280 games in 3.5 years. And they played 74.
Played a quarter of them things.
Not even.
Like, you're not signing up for a quarter of your two best players playing together. Like, nobody signs up for a team like that. Like, how can you be competitive? How can you compete? And again, 1,000 things happen a season, but you got to have some sort of base. Like, what's your foundation? That foundation was shaky.
But yeah, so if KD stays on Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be rooting for them hard to do something.
Yeah, I like to see them overcome that.
Yeah. Like if they somehow make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and somehow get to the finals with the team that they have right now, like that's gonna be the greatest story anybody could have not written. But yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna talk about some All-Stars. The reserves have been released. And yeah. I'll probably get my ass kicked again. Peace.